Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Yes, dear viewers around the world, you are welcome to SSM Monday Week Starter Update Between the Lines. My name is Mark Godwin, and I'm in the Milan studio. With me is our Dr. Olufemi Oba. Dr. Olufemi, you're welcome. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Good evening, Mark. Good evening, Nigerians all over the world. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah. You're welcome, Dr. Femi. Dr. Femi, how was the weekend? Today is the very first day of December, and it's that beautiful time of the year when we celebrate Christmas, holidays, and all of that, family reunion. So how will it be for you? How will this December be?
Yeah, we thank God for His grace upon our lives that we're in the last month of the year 2025 was just like yesterday that we said Happy New Year. But the grace of God is sufficient for us. We are still on the land of the living, and we give glory to God. The Lord has seen us to the December. Will see us to the end of the year, 2026 and beyond. In Jesus' name, that's our prayer.
Amen. Beautiful, Dr. Femi. Nice. Those are good words. Dr. Femi, let's come to the news, those updates we had during the weekend and even up till now. Let's talk about, Dr. Femi, let's talk about President Tinubu's ambassadorial list. It affects us more, Nigerians in diaspora, because we are out here. So those ambassadors are coming to various countries, some of the Nigerians in diaspora living. So we want to meet those people. I saw the list. I had the news on Friday, and but some characters, some personality there trying to clear. Let me hear from you. What will you say about the Tinubu's ambassadorial list?
Thank you very much. The ambassadorial list are 35 in all, 32 professional ambassadorial, non-career, thank you, non-career diplomat, and then 3 career diplomat. I assume that 3 career will be sent to the major European nations, world nation, USA, UK, and France. The others will go through screening and then go through the process in the embassies they've been assigned to, and then further after they'll get appointed. It's a reflection of so many things, a reflection of Nigeria diversity, it's a reflection of Nigerians' opinions, a different of it's also the magnanimity and the big heart of a president, of President Tinubu. To some people, they assume that once you insult him, like some unforgiving leaders that we have who are so bitter until they are in their 90s, they are still bitter. Unlike them, if you criticize him, it does not mean that you hate him. So it doesn't mean that you can. Don't be surprised very soon. Chiwore and Atiku or Peter Obi will be on the new list.
Okay, yeah, interesting. But let's look at them. The few we can put our spotlight on. Somebody that is also a former ambassador. He's called Joe Keshi. Joe Keshi, I follow him. Keshi said, yeah, that's a picture of Joe Keshi with Tinubu there. Joe Keshi said some of the people in the list should be in prison. Now, this is an ambassador himself, and this is his observation. Some people in that list should be in prison. Now, let's look at some of those talk, because Joe Keshi probably have observed some of the personalities there. Not only Joe Keshi, we also have the PDP party and ADC party also faulting the lists. Say, inclusion of people like Mahmoud Yakubu, the former chairman of INEC. He says people like that their list is questionable. Now, I've heard what you said. Tinubu forgives people, he brings everybody on board. Okay, let's leave that aside. But let's talk about Mahmoud, for example. You won't agree, I know. But Mahmoud, it is assumed that Mahmoud didn't do well as INEC chairman in the last election. And now he is going to be a representative in a country and probably speak on Nigeria's behalf.
What do you mean? What do you mean Mahmoud did not do well in last election? What do you mean by that? Because it is a subject, listen, it's a subject to your opinion or people's opinion. The people that lost election will say it's not until they win election, everybody is bad. So what made him not fit that he cannot serve Nigeria in other capacity? Because they lost election? Because they lost elections?
No, not because they lost election. Because yes, I mean, Dr. Olufemi, you and I know that election was so truncated. That election didn't go right.
That is not.
I mean,
that is your opinion. No, Mark. That's your opinion. He went to court. Everybody went to court. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. It's your opinion. It is not legal. It is not binding.
Telling us that there was glitch. Telling us there was glitch when there was no glitch. When there was an intentional.
Are you at the INEC? Are you at the INEC server, or are you an insider into INEC to say there was no glitch? The fact that they have gone to court, the court has gone through this. The INEC does not have there was no glitch. There was glitch when Obi won in Lagos. There was glitch when Obi won in some states, but there was glitch when there was a problem when he lost the election. Please, all this has gone. We have gone beyond all this. They have gone to court. Mark, they've gone to court. The court has ruled that even if you bring evidence that you won the election, it did not bring evidence. It did not even bring evidence that you lost the election.
Anyway, if most, I mean, some number of our populace, our citizens in Nigeria say is Mahmoud being in the thing is
that is a subject. No. I still say that is subjective. Your statement is subjective. Says some. Where is the evidence of a numbers you are saying some? The loud minority is not. They are irrelevant. The majority has voted in election. The majority have got their the results, and the minority who are loud, who are in the media, who are in social circles making noise. The noise does not win election. And the fact, because you have access to the media does not win elections. The fact that even some states that you do not even think that elections were won and lost there. So where is this? All of you, because they did not win election, therefore the umpire must be hung.
No, it is not about because they did not win election. No, but we don't have to stop this. It is in every country. There has to be opposition to everything. I mean, it's not you live in a place where the oppositions are even stronger most times than the sitting parliament. Now, what we're saying is these people are going to represent us in their different countries.
Thank you.
And they have not shown patriotism in what they do inside Nigeria. Now they want to go and show patriotism outside. How is that possible?
How has it not show patriotism? How has it not show patriotism? Because some people lost election, therefore he has not shown patriotism.
No,
because some people lost election.
It's not because of something. I mean, if
unpopular candidate who lost election, unpopular but loud candidate, lousy loud candidates lost election, all of a sudden the umpire must be killed. Please, let us move on to something better. You have gone, the people you have talked about gone to court, even people that are with him, now they are falling out, said, they went to court, they said, bring evidence that he did not even pay the agents in some states, so that those agents could even bring evidence that they won election. They even pay them. Those people did not even bring evidence. Okay. So please, let us do this. People have accused, people in Labour parties have accused the Labour leadership that they don't even pay agents. So where is the document they have to say they won election? Please don't let us go into this. The court has ruled, and we believe in the judiciary, and we believe in the rule of law. The rule of law has said they've lost election. Let's move on to something else.
No, you know, we can't flag down, we can't trivialize things. When you use now, PDP used the word that like this. They said
PDP, Dead People's Party. Dead People's Party.
They said his administration as INEC chairman was characterized by countless double speaking, flip-flops, undelivered promises, and for the undelivered promises, we remember what he said when he came to place at the Chatham House debate, that he's going to do blah, 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 do, and zero. He did none of those. He
did everything except one. He did everything except one, which was electronic, and that electronic aspect, BVN was used at elections. Results were collated at state level and brought at the federal level. The only thing was it was not transferred by IRF, and that was the only thing that was not done. So don't say he did not do anything. He did everything except transfer electronically.
This one that he didn't do was a major one.
It's not the major one. It's not the major one. No, elections are won at local level. Elections are won at local level, not at the federal level. Elections are done.
Me and you will argue with this all day, but
that's why I said we will not agree on this.
We'll not agree on it.
When they make you INEC chairman,
if people like Keshi,
who is Keshi? Who is Keshi? Who is Keshi? Who is Keshi?
Some of those
listen. Mark, he is just one Nigerian like myself. He has his opinion, I have mine. He has his opinion, I have mine. He may have interest in appointment, I did not get appointment. So if he runs his mouth about that, that doesn't make any difference. So I'm not interested in what Keshi said. I'm interested in the rule of law. 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 The rule of law in Nigeria said there's a court judgment that said election was done, won, and they went as far at the Supreme Court, and there was ruling. It was about 4 or 5 hours of ruling, and this will say that they have no evidence to show that they have won election, and you are still here arguing that because somebody has. Please, let's move on to something more important.
All right, let's bring our viewers on ground. Let's bring our viewers to what we're discussing. We're discussing Tinubu's ambassadorial list. And we were talking on some of the personality there, the INEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakubu. We have other people too. We have Okezie Ikpeazu, the former governor of Lagos State, Femi Pedro. We have Okezie Ikpeazu, yes. We have Jimoh Ibrahim. We have Erile Angela Adebayo. We have former Senator Grace Bent. We have the list goes on and on. Musa Abubakar from KB. We have Mope Lola Adiola Ibrahim from Ogun State. We have Chima Godfrey David from Ebonyi State. So anyway, Tinubu has already forwarded their names to the Senate for confirmation of the appointment. Is it correct, Dr. Femi?
Yes, so they are still subject to two layers of screening. The Senate screening, and also even if you go through send it to screening. They still have to go through. I can't remember what it's called now. They have to put
Yes,
their
yes.
CV,
Mm-hmm.
to their nation of
tender their CVs and
tender, and also subject to them to be refused. For example, I'm sure if they send the CV of Femi Kanifari to Israel, they will refuse it.
Because he has finished Israelis. The Jews have suffered with that man's mouth.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a good one. Thank you for that. But we would never agree on those issues. Those issues remain. I tell you, Femo. Let's move on anyway. Femi, let's come to some other things too. There's a news coming in from the health sector. Africa has unveiled a groundbreaking HIV prevention injection, an injection that helps prevent HIV. And it's an injection called lenacapavir. Lenacapavir. You can take it twice a year. It shows to reduce the risk of HIV transmission by more than 99%, making it very functional to the other vaccines they have. So at the moment, South Africa, Eswatini, Zambia, we have all begun to administer it to the public. And we know those places, the HIV, those where we have the highest HIV problem in Africa. So lenacapavir is the name, and it's an injection that make people prevent have HIV. Let's talk about this health issue. We know that many years ago, some little health issues in Africa will blow up out of proportion. I mean, malaria will kill thousands and kill. But now mankind is able to grow, come up with vaccines and injections and all of these things, medicines to help prevent some of these sicknesses, diseases that are preventable. But some diseases, some sicknesses are still not preventable. And I mean, you can't stop them from hurting people. So what do you think some aspect of health issues that health prevention things that could be done? Abstinence and some of these things. What do you say, Femi? To this?
Thank you very much. Nature and mankind has a way of resetting itself. This vaccine is a welcome development, and there's southeastern and south side of Africa. HIV is it's just like malaria in that kind of area. It's a massive thing. I remember a cousin of mine used to live in Namibia. She complained that they bury people, families, as if it's just it's a normal ceremony to bury people from HIV. It was so rampant then, but they went down because there was a couple of vaccine that was introduced to stem the deterioration of the cells. But now with this, it's a welcome development, and vaccine discovered and health scientific landmark are made in the sand of time. We begin to see longevity in the life of humanity. But major thing that needs also to be done is the climate. We also need to work about on the climate. The fact that all these vaccines are discovered and all life expectancy is increased. We also need to be careful of how we manage our biodiversity and our carbon footprint. It's important to also put that in the frame.
Carbon footprint, but also mainly people, self-control and some of these sexual diseases that are preventable. You have people just playing around those aspects without knowing the danger in it, So that part of the world, like you said, South Africa, Eswatini, Zambia, Zimbabwe, these places, these diseases ravage, it takes them. And you find out that it's ignorance too, because they don't So they die like
education is
out of
terrible.
So yes, that's where I'm coming to. Education, mobilize, sensitizing the people, making them know the dangers of casual sex, anyhow, anyhow, sexual activities, and putting that light more on that instead of looking out for medicine and vaccine, giving them that sense of awareness of those diseases.
Yeah,
all right, viewers, so we're talking about.
Sorry, can I just put in here? It's important that we emphasize on sexual education, abstinence, and all this stuff. I remember there was a time it was a major focus of the Nigerian government. I can't remember how many years ago, about this HIV, AIDS, and all this. It was a major campaign on the media, and there was a massive awareness for it. Show things were done. Even I remember King Sonny Ade and late Onyeka Onwenu also sang the song, "If you love me, you go wait for me," all that kind of thing. So all abstinence and all this stuff was a major issue then. In that part of the world, in South Africa and Southeast Africa, casual sex is a gift. So they think it's also sexual sex workers are common business there, and the fact that men is a very masculine environment in that place. So you find that women are just object of pleasure in those areas, and therefore sexual transmitted disease is a common thing in that part of the world. And there is a need for more sensitization, not only vaccination, which will also make money for the Western world, but also a lot of sex education, a lot of awareness, a lot of social sensitization needs to be done in that part of the world.
Wow. Dr. Femi, you broke this down so well. With this one, we can fly together. Yeah, so viewers were discussing the African groundbreaking HIV injection that has been found. But we are saying more of the education than this vaccine too has its own repercussion in the human body, It has some other side effects. Anyway, thank you very much for that, Dr. Femi. You put that so well. Dr. Femi, there's another story coming out. The Nigerian military is saying that we've done some good airstrikes to crush ISWAP. We know ISWAP is those fighters in the bush there in Katsina. So they've been able to take some of them out. I got that news yesterday. Did you hear that too? They said very precise air crush. Took a lot of them out in Chibok, that area of Katsina. And they said they were able to get some terrorists that were hiding in all the corners. So that's the video. That's a screenshot of the airstrike. It came from, I think it's more of a drone strike, air from the air, something like that. What's the story on that, Dr. Femi? The Nigerian Air Force.
Yeah, the strides that are being made by the military needs to be commended, and it's commendable as well. It's something that we should celebrate. These animals, they are animals. These animals need to be wiped out. In wiping them out, there will be strategies, various strategies that be employed to do this. And taking them out from the air is one of the easiest of those doing those things. There are also ground raids also on there, but the challenge is that those people are very, very good with deterrence because of the kind of means of their transportation and also the weapons in their hands. But taking them up from the air with using intelligence, military intelligence is a welcome development. I'm sure with Americans firepower support, more of this will be done. These people need to be taken out, and the more we support the government and the military in this, the more we make headway and we support them. After we've done the major ones, then we can be mopping of local indigents who are getting into this banditry and kidnapping, pretending to be Fulanis or who are locals doing some of these things.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the Nigerian Air Force giving us this update. So they did the strike and foiled the attack by this Islamic state in West Africa, ISWAP. said they were able to get them at in Borno State, and also Katsina State. So, but Dr. Femi, when there are announcements like this, do they exaggerate, or is it real? Is it true, or they want to make us feel they are doing something? Well,
Sincerely speaking, they are truth, because the army is not a movie. It's not a part of Rambo activities. It's not on Netflix. It's a real job. You saw the other day they put a major general, able-bodied major, they shot him dead in front of him. So this is real. So sometimes people say, "Oh, they don't want us to feel like." It's not about feeling. I have some videos of men who are at war, who are being shot at. Yes, these are real things. So it hurts me. Mark, it hurts me when Nigerians say, "Oh, Nigeria army is not doing anything." The army is not doing anything. It hurts me. It is insulting for Nigeria to sit in their bedroom.
Let's bring in a new man that probably likes to hear the good news of the Nigerian Air Force strike. George Chukwu from Toronto, Canada. Big George, welcome.
Well, thank you so very much. Sorry, I'm still mixing up with the time. I thought it was 2 o'clock again, and then it's just messing up. You know, it just dawned on me. I am awesome, Dr. Olufemi. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
There you go. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, good to see you, sir.
Good to see you,
George. Femi and I had some small face-to-face, confrontation on. You had the news of the appointees, the ambassadorial list of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I mean, we are the citizens, mostly Nigerians in diaspora. It is us they are coming to serve too. Those embassies, consulates serve us outside here. So we need to have men of noble, the Bible will say noble character, men of integrity, standing up for us as ambassadors, not men that have some command stories. So George, tell us, what do you know about this list? How do you see the list?
I have, it's about 32 of them that has been listed, not confirmed yet. You know, I want us to understand they have to go through ratification with the Senate and the House to confirm. But it's been a lot of outcry regarding, the appointment of Reno Omokri, which, I mean, the name is synonymous with lies. That's exactly what we have come to realize. The man is not a truthful individual, and with everything he's done in the past, he's a political prostitute as far as I'm concerned. I've said it openly before, and I think that our president should remove that guy from that nomination. Then the next individual is Fanny or Kayode. That's another controversial individual. Yes. So these are the people, and some of these governors that are here, like Oti, I'm a governor, the former governor of Anambra State. What are they doing here? What are they doing here? They have not done any particular good job in their cities, in their region, in their states. Why are we appointing them? Why are we rewarding, people that have not done anything tangible that you can smile at? Look at Yakubu. Yakubu is being paid for bringing the president in, or what? That's the question. So some of these controversial characters need to be removed from this, because they're going to be going out there to represent Nigeria. So these are the people that I have issues with. Now, also the career politicians or career ambassadors, we need to bring a lot of them in, because to put all these people that don't know their left from their right in certain countries and the way they operate, and especially when they have negative images already, when you bring them there, it's going to be another issue. So I think that Ahmed, our beloved president, ought to reconsider some of these individuals that are very critical, remove them and replace them, because we have too many intelligent, men of integrity and character in Nigeria to be rewarding all these goons, sycophants. That's what we call them. It's very unfortunate.
Thank you, George. Femi, I know you want to respond, so go ahead, because you told me some things earlier. Go ahead, Femi.
Yeah, the issue of I have my personal issues about some other people, but Mahmoud, this Mahmoud thing, I don't get it, because Mahmoud has served as INEC chairman. Is therefore does that make him persona non grata? Because some people lost elections. The only thing that I could say in there was that because election was not transferred electronically, that was the only glitch in there. People lost election because we want to be rewarded for bringing the president to office. For goodness sake, why are we Nigerians like this? Those are some of the reasons why a lot of people in Nigeria who are very, very sensitive about, who have high level of integrity, but very sensitive about their personality, don't want to serve in public office. It's because whenever some people don't get what they want, they will rubbish your personality, they will rubbish your name. For goodness sake, this president lost elections in some states in the West, in his own state of Lagos, because he just took it for granted and they lost election. And nobody see anything in it, the fact that it shows transparency. Just because people lost, because the man won election, therefore Mahmoud must be hung on the tree in Abuja. For goodness sake, why do we do this to our
Dr. Olufemi, this is akin to quid pro quo. Listen to me. These people are supposed to be independent electoral commission. That's what they are. Listen to this. There is a lot of controversial issues regarding his character. He lied to Nigerians. He was used to screw the election.
What?
He said there was not going to be any type of electoral malpractice during his tenure. And there was. There was.
Even in America, there was electoral malpractice in America. He cannot be in every state of a federation. He cannot be in even
only one thing, we are not talking about that. Only one thing that he did, which everybody, any intelligent individual knew what happened. Okay?
What happened?
When he shut down the whole grid. What are you talking about? Were you not there?
Oh, he shut down
when he shut it down and did not. Yeah, man, come on.
When the grid was about to be hacked.
It wasn't about to be hacked.
Oh, goodness me.
We were the
grid was about to be hacked. They brought the expert to come and hack the grid and load it with information, fake information.
Dr. Olufemi, you are a Christian. You are a Christian. Please, don't join the Muslims in mastering and lying in Nigeria. Because I was online monitoring this. We had a back of this. Okay, so don't say what you don't know. We know we know exactly what happened. Hold on. We know exactly what happened. I have accepted it. I have moved on. My president, like I explained it when it was, I said, if I was in his shoes, that's what I said. Knowing what I know and how presidential elections have been going in Nigeria, he would do what he had to do. Because this is the way it's been. That's what I said. Not because there was no malpractice. To say there was no malpractice means that, we are lying. We are not liars. We tell the truth, regardless whether it's for me or against me. We tell the truth.
Can I ask a question? Was there malpractice in every state of federation?
What we are talking about is the presidential
election. Now, listen, please. Let us talk like intellectuals. Let's talk like intellectuals. Don't let us use sentiment and political affiliation or emotions into this. Elections are local. Elections are done at the local level. The elections that were done at the local level were supposed to be transferred to the state and the federal level.
And what happened?
Hold on. The opposition were asked, the election was not transferred electronically, bring the evidence that you won at the local level. That was what the judge was supposed to go to take a decision on the court at court. They could not produce evidence that they work at the local level. And you are sitting down here and saying that they wrote the election, They went to court. They went to court. I'm not going to talk about Mahmoud. I'm talking about election tribunal. Election tribunal was bring evidence to one at local level. They could not produce evidence. And you are here saying that
Dr. Lufemi, what court are you talking about? The court in Nigeria? The court in Nigeria? Is that what you're talking about?
Let's move on. Everything
you're talking about when it in Nigeria?
Yes.
A marginalized court in Nigeria, they have no integrity. They are the worst corrupt in the whole entire world.
Okay,
let's calm down.
Bring evidence. Bring evidence. You didn't bring evidence. You said the judge is corrupt. Bring evidence. You did not bring evidence.
Let's take a break, gentlemen. Let's take a break. We'll be back.
It's all over the place.
Please.
Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines.
All right, gentlemen, you're welcome back. Let's come into that topic. Guinea-Bissau is still on the burner. Our former president, Jonathan Goodluck, says ECOWAS, Tinubu, everybody, they should make the Guinea military junta release the result of that election. So I think he has the right to make that call because he was caught up in that situation. Dr. Femi, what are they trying to do? Somebody gave his analysis to what is happening in Guinea-Bissau. They say it looks like the president knew he would lose, and he now did that plan of a coup. Dr. Femi, tell us, Guinea-Bissau and Jonathan's
to a large extent, excuse me, I'll be sincere with you. I am very, very thin on information on pre-elections in Guinea-Bissau than more the post-election. The people that are finding that aspect of the elections, they have their right to their opinion. I am not going to fault that, but I would not base on the fact that the news is going to lose election. That's called the military on. That's subjective. I don't know anything about it. Yes. I'm not sure about it. But I will just back up with what President Jonathan said. Let the result be released. If the result is released and is won, we know what happened. If it's not released, we've seen this kind of thing in Ivory Coast before, under Ouattara. So it's not impossible, but I cannot say yes or no because I am not privy to that. I am not very, very conversant with the post-elections in there. Neither am I into the in-depth of political happening. It's only what I read that I can. I don't have Guinea-Bissau friends that I can verify any of the information from, except when I read in the media.
Okay, anyway, Jonathan is calling on ECOWAS to press the release of the election. Viewers, they said the election was smooth, was going well until that sudden coup, palace coup, you call it, because nobody was hurt, nothing went too wrong, nobody was killed. It was just silent change of power. Okay, let's hope to get more news on that as time goes on. But as it is now, Guinea-Bissau is still under a military junta, a military rule. and they said they will be there for a year. So they ousted the president, Umaru Sissoco Mbalo. Umaru Sissoco Mbalo. But you know, the Jonathan also said thing, Dr. Femi. Jonathan also said he stressed that what happened was not a military coup, but a ceremonial coup masterminded by the president.
The inside. He didn't mention the president. He said ceremonial coup, that insider, insider. Yeah, he said an insider. So it can be anything. It can be from that. That's why I said I am not. I don't have further information than what I heard and what I read. Jonathan was very cautious in making the accusation. He said it was an inside. It was a palace coup. He used the word palace coup. It was a palace coup.
It's a palace.
So it means a lot of. It means a lot of things. Like you said, it might be an inside job where realize that the thing is not going their way. And let's turn it all around and turn it, so it can be anything. So I'm not putting anything beyond. I'm not putting anything beyond our African leaders.
George, are you back? Can you hear us?
Yes. I'm trying to turn this into my speaker. Okay.
It's okay. So gentlemen, let's also let's talk about something happening now with United States and Venezuela. America claims that heavy drug movement comes through the airport through Venezuela into their country. So Trump is almost giving a threat that he will shut down the airspace and control of the country's airspace. But some people are saying he shouldn't do that. But he says airline, pilot, drug dealers, human traffickers all use the passage of Venezuela to come into the United States. George, before George gets his audio, right? George, can you, what do you have on that? Or Femi, what did you hear about this? Because it's becoming like a diplomatic war now, and before we know, something else could be escalated from there.
America is a bully. Donald Trump is the head of all bullies of the world. He's a tyrant. He's a bully. He's not diplomatic. So no matter what happened in Venezuela, for him to be bombing a ship and getting into the waters of Venezuela to bomb it, it's nothing but bullying. So it's not as, so this is the same man that is calling for a ceasefire in Ukraine. He's doing the same thing that Putin is doing in Ukraine. He's doing the same thing in Venezuela. So who is he to say that is so when we talk about this and it's used as an excuse, they are drug dealers. So when they are drug dealers, they must be bombed. So where is rule of law? Where is rule of law in this? Where is arrest and trial in this? So anybody that is doing drug must be bombed. So for goodness sake,
the consequence, and we know how those drug dealers in that part of the world, how they do it. You know, they are heavy. Yeah, go ahead, George. Go ahead. Go ahead, George.
Well, you know, I concur with Dr. Olufemi on the attitude that is being used to do these things. It's really it defies all logical explanation. How you're gonna be on one hand you're fighting, to stop the war in Gaza, the war in Russia and Ukraine, and on the other side you're picking up fights with a little child on the other side because you can bully them, you can do whatever, you can stop. After all, isn't the same thing that they did with marijuana and jailed a lot of black folks in America? And then today marijuana is legal, because they call this one, this is illegal and that's illegal. Therefore, you go and then start killing people without even taking them to court. It's not that you try and arrest them and take them through the judicial system. No, you just want to bomb them and kill them. It is absolutely unacceptable. It's an authoritarian type of attitude that is unacceptable. And like you said, he's doing what Putin is doing with Ukraine. So that's akin to the same thing. So, they need to really watch. And one of the major issues that they have in America today is that they're almost becoming like Nigeria. All the senators and all the House of Assembly, there's no opposition in our country, real per se. But here, the Democrats are muted to a degree because they're not controlling any of the houses. So therefore, it is so difficult for them to openly castigate and try to stop what is going on. It is a controversial issue, and the way that he's doing it is not constitutional. You can't just go and bomb a sovereign country in their own water simply because you suspect that they are, doing drugs. Try to arrest them. If you arrest them, find out that there are some drugs in that place, then take them through the judicial system and jail them. Wow. And we can clear anybody. Exactly the same reason why Putin is doing what he's doing in Ukraine, killing civilians, and it is okay. Because he got that nuclear war code. Yeah, and everybody is just saying, oh, don't touch him, don't touch him. This is unacceptable. The world needs to come together and say, no, you shouldn't be doing this. It is unacceptable. They shouldn't do that. So I'm against it.
All right, George. Nice one. Thank you, George. So, viewers, that's it. The Venezuelan foreign minister called the U.S. president's latest remark as illegal, unjustified aggression against the people of Venezuela, like George just said now. And they are coming to disrupt and stop the airspace. That's a big one. That's a whole country's airspace.
Imagine. Bully. Bully.
But also,
go ahead.
Yeah. That also, let's look at the consequence of the hard drugs entering America. You have all these junkies. Look at some streets now in New York, some places in Chicago. I mean, everywhere is littered with mad people going crazy, all for drug use. So they want to stem this. They want to control all of this because it's coming from those angles anyway. Venezuela is known to have heavy drug peddlers, heavy drug smugglers. They come with submarine boats. They come with, so they're sophisticated dealers, not small ones. So a check on that would be necessary. But like you guys said, holding them up and taking them through the legal system will be better than just killing them right there in the sea. They just take them all out. Anyway, let's move on, gentlemen. Thank you, George. Thank you for that update. There's a news BBC is trying to tell people. He said there was a protest in Georgia. You all know that country, Georgia, and the protesters were very toxic. Some toxic things that they used in the World War I. So these are chemical weapons that are strong, and this was what they used on protesters in Georgia. Georgia is one of the countries that sprang up also from Russia. So it's right there in the eastern part of Europe. So Dr. Femi, is that not extreme? We just talked of Trump now. Is that not extreme way of quelling protests using chemicals too strong? They said the people died out of that chemical. Do they need to put those kind of things on protesters in trying to practice their rights? What do you say?
Yeah, the sometimes when I hear of this in the West, and there seems to be some people's life doesn't matter. When recently the people were shouting Donald Trump, Nigeria, Donald Trump, Are you saying that Donald Trump does not? They've not heard about this again? Is that not genocide? So when we're talking about killing people and gassing them to death, is because they protest. They are protesting. It is unheard of. It's beyond my comprehension. Because we want to hold on to power, we are gassing people to death. For anyone anyone to even think even think of using gas on them, that person should be tried for a war crime. Gassing people because they are protesting.
War crime.
The case of the Bangladeshi prime minister is still there, being tried in absentia because she ordered the killing of
protesters. Georgie, so what do you say about this Georgia way of quelling protests using gas? Something the authority says they used during the World War I era, and that would be very very, very strong. Which I think will judge. That would be very conk. So death has been reported. Many people died from the smell and the reaction on their body. So Georgia is not doing well. Georgia is not doing well at all. Georgia is not doing well at all. We hope the EU will look at this and also find way to settle this. Georgia should be penalized for doing this.
Of course.
That's what we'll say here.
Of course.
Okay, big man, Dr. Femi, let's wrap it up with the other stories. There's another news that just came in. One dead, policeman dead, others injured as unknown gunmen attacked ex-Anambra governor Ngige. Ngige's vehicle was attacked, and 2 people have been killed so far. So Ngige is a governor in southeast of Nigeria. For those of our people that are following the news,
former minister,
and former minister, I think former minister of education, is that something like that? All right. So what do you have again? I think it's time to go, Dr. Femi. What do you have?
It's sad to hear of these pockets of devilish attacks in the southeast. I know there will be more of them because there'll be more of them may come from the fact that people are going into a December, and so banditry, robbery and terrorism will pay during this period. And the fact that 1 person died, not talk of 2 persons, is bad enough. Ngige was not hurt, but no. What about the people that were killed? They are human beings too. They are families. So it is important to note the fact that these people that kills policemen, kill this and kill that, and they will come back one day and they say they've repented. So it's so sad to see people being killed in Nigeria over nothing. People being slaughtered because they are not ordinary, just a people. They are human beings. Our families are blood in their life, flowing in their veins, and they are Nigerian blood being split on the floor for nothing. For nothing.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Fem. It's great having you around. We did some good conversation here. Viewers, this is it. Monday starter Between the Lines with Dr. Femi. George was here earlier, but I think network took him out. So, Dr. Femi, we want to see good things happen. December is a time for good things, not killing and bombings and gassing people with chemicals. We want good things to come people's life, give people money. Why not share wealth, free wealth for everybody? All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Femi. I think that's all for today. Do you have any last word? Any other word?
Just the word you just said now. I was at a seminar over the weekend, and there's something I pick up from that seminar. I just said that share wealth. Please, sometimes people feel that money is wealth. Giving palliative is wealth. That's not wealth. A lot of people will be, if you Nigerians today, if you give a 1 million, 1 billion now, then in the next 6 months, some of them will go into poverty again. It is not about how much money you have, it's how to maintain it. Wealth is not the amount of money in your bank account, it's how do you reinvest, how do you put a long-term investment in it, and how do short-term investment, how do you not eat your seed with your meal. That's what it is. So wealth is important, but the wealth we're talking about is human wealth, wealth in the head, in the wisdom. And the thing is education is scam. It is a shame for people to say education is scam. Education is not scam. The older you become, if you're educated, the more wisdom and the more useful you become when you are educated. But when you rely on your wealth, on your strength, the older you become, the weaker you become, and therefore less ability to make wealth. So we need to have an understanding of that. And unfortunately, our grasp of American style of wealth is a curse unto us. We used to be the British. We have a British system where integrity and the value of life, value of money is respected, is sacred. All of a sudden, we went to the American system. We grab American political lifestyle. We grab American side of even church. Our church becomes so Americanized. Our worship becomes so Americanized. Even our way of life becomes Americanized. You want to talk English, Ghana. We begin to say we don't recognize, we don't respect good English. Look at the way you're speaking English, Mark. Look at the way George is speaking English. You could see the depth of knowledge. But when they come, call a young person to come and say, I'm gonna, F word. They think that is cool. So we have gone away from what education really meant. And therefore, they call education a scam. Wealth is not money. Wealth is not how much you have in the bank. Wealth is how can you transform that into something else. So wealth is not what we say our wealth.
Dr. Femi, we need to create a platform for this. You need to speak more louder. This is awesome. Believe me. Georgie, you need to hear what Dr. said. Georgie, we've missed you so much. It's time to go.
Yeah, I know. I apologize for this. I thought it was 2 o'clock my time.
I miss you, Sir George. I miss you, Sir George.
When I discovered it was 1 o'clock, I was still in the car because I was actually coming to start by 2 o'clock. It's almost 2 o'clock, and I knew I was going to start on time. But when I discovered that it was 1, so I had to log in the vehicle. But anyway, we will see everybody on Wednesday. We'll continue to pray for our countries and to make sure that our government are functioning right. We pray for the wisdom of our nation, the wisdom of our leaders, that our leaders will just continue to look in the same direction together, not looking at each other, but also to achieve great things for the next generation. That's what we stand for.
Amen.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you, George. Thank you. Femi, please always be around. Don't.
All right.
Stay
Thank
around. Your words are excellent. All right. Viewers,
you're highly beloved.
The very first day of December,
God bless you, my brother.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Femi is here. So until we come again, have a beautiful week. December is a beautiful month. Let's go and enjoy the presence of our Lord Jesus Christ, like the Brother Femi will say, in this beautiful month. God bless you all.
Amen.
Bye.
God bless.